Afternoon all, how we doing? Everybody good? Another afternoon session, front of the charts. Very good morning this morning. Where's my pen gone? Who stole my pen? Ugh, it's disappeared again. One sec. I always have trouble with this pen. Right, there we go. Here we are. Yeah, so fairly good morning. Got two positions on the DAX short and a third there, which I took off on that drop. So three nice trades this afternoon, well this morning. Not quite sure what that was, about 2.3% banked, something like that. So nice. So I was bearish obviously this morning. Didn't manage to get on that because I had a long breakout on. So I got in on the pullback and took them off. So very nice. Afternoon, Diamond. Good vibes today. Good. That's what we like to hear. Swiss yen, I've just got into short on the push up. So we looked at this one this morning. This was this level here. So I've just jumped into short on that. Very good entry on that. I put a, remember I was talking about limit orders this morning. I put a limit order in just under that level. So the limit order got triggered at the level and we're just pulling off at the moment. So got that on, and I've just got the entry of the century on the US dollar yen with a limit order. I don't think I can even show you. There's my entry. I can't even see it with the so there's my entry. There's the high of the day. I've never, ever done that before. That is the first. Look at that. High of the day. I got high of the day to the pip. So that was a limit entry. There's the alert I had set up this morning for this one. And I had a limit entry basically set under 125 ADR. And it basically tapped into it, grabbed my order, and ran. How good is that? So, yeah, that's the best entry ever. But that's the level that I'm interested in, 125.831. That is that old 2014 daily high. So that's 10-year high. We didn't quite crack it. So, yeah, that was a fluke, that entry. But, hey, take it when you got it. It probably won't hold. It'll probably push up against that further. But, hey, I'll take that. Euro New Zealand short has not gone anywhere. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar long has not gone anywhere. So in profit on them all, but not gone anywhere yet. And oil, I'm in drawdown on. So I took a second position on oil. As we pushed down this morning, we started to push back up again. So I took a second entry there. Then we pushed back down again. We've come off this 93 level. So I'm looking for this gap fill basically, in which case I will take that one off and leave the other one running, because this is a long-term position, looking to obviously push back up off of oil, off of this double bottom bounce. But obviously the double bottom bounce has been invalidated to a certain extent. Mind you, no it hasn't. No it hasn't. This is obviously the area that I was looking at, the bounce happening. All we've done is we've pulled down and bounced off here. So anybody that took longs here has been stopped out. So my stop is below this low. So still in it, but yeah, in drawdown on that one. Can't win them all. Right. Afternoon, David, Tammy. So this morning, ADR wise, it's all been yen. CAD yen, straight off of ADR high, off 100%. Swiss yen pushed off of 150. That's the entry that I've got short. Euro yen pushed off of 100, broke above. Lovely M pattern reversal there. So that's just starting to come off the highs. Pound yen hovering at the moment, still accumulating up there, and US dollar yen fluke of the century. But I'm not convinced that's going to hold. I think we're probably going to go a little bit higher on this one. I think we need to come and test this 125.831 level. Never know, might not, but it doesn't make sense not to. So, in fact, I might. How much profit have I got on that? US dollar yen. Might just bank 100 quid on it, $100 on it. Put another pending up there. Sell limit, not that small. Don't want to go too big with it actually. So yeah, sell limit. Assuming we're going to come and grab this liquidity and bounce off of that high, got a sell limit up there. So I'll take the profit on that one, that initial position. Might as well bank it while I got it. Can always add it back on again. And I've got Swiss yen running short as well. I'm not sure who that is in the Telegram group. If you're in here and you've just posted in the Telegram group that and asked, is that a prompt to sell or buy? I'm not quite sure how much clearer you can make it. So it says sell alert. Come on, people. Sell alert. Shall I sell or buy? Let me think about that one. Right. So that's all we've had on ADRs today, all yen based. So yen's been very, very, very weak, pushing up. So think we've got a little bit more to go on those, but we'll see. 4 hour extensions, as you can see, it's all yen based still. So Swiss yen, we are now up very nicely extended above the 80 level. So again, big strong push off that one this morning. CAD yen, we got extended again a little bit more up to the 70 level. I still think there's potential for this to come up and re-kiss. So I was looking for these double tops on all of these yens last week, but we didn't get anywhere near them. So potentially that might push up a little bit further. We'll see. Euro yen, again, same sort of thing. Potentially got a double top on it. It doesn't have to do it, obviously, but big strong push today up to ADR. So it's reaching for it. Pound yen, same thing. There's that high. Could well come up and test those, but we're up to 125 ADR today. A lot of these are very extended today, obviously on ADRs as well, and the US dollar yen obviously reached up but didn't quite get that high level. So I think a little bit further push on that one as well. The only other two things we got extended or starting to get extended are the euro and the pound New Zealand, extended to the upside. So these are both good looking shorts. Obviously I'm in the euro New Zealand version, but the pound New Zealand just as good. So again, pushing up into the 24 area. Again, doesn't have to hit it. It's not an exact thing. Doesn't come back. It doesn't do that. It doesn't hit to the pip. It comes up somewhere around the 24.72 area before dropping. So it looks good to me. Big strong push, nicely extended, and just starting to roll over. So short on that one. Pound New Zealand is obviously the other option. We just got a bearish engulfing on this. It's more like a double bottom where it closed. So technically it's kind of an inside bar really, but still fairly decent down move on it, but not convincing. Want to see this low really getting broken to give us some confirmation of short on that one. Indices today, nothing on the DAX. We had obviously that ridiculous move today on the DAX, where we had that nice big spike. We came down, we pushed up, we came down, we pushed up, we came down. So accumulating into a symmetrical triangle at the minute on that one. Just pushing down at the minute. Oh yeah, market's just opened, sorry. Blimey, 2:30 already. So market's just opened. Wow, that was a big spike on the DAX there. The other indices, NASDAQ, I'm just going to trade NAS. I'm just going to switch that over to the NASDAQ because I want to trade the NAS this afternoon. So NAS, again, we've had the nice push down, We've had a big down day going already on this one. Looks like it was going already. S&P pushing down back into these lows again. And the Dow fairly similar to the DAX, just not quite as big a range of movement. That's a hell of a move that was. Have we just had some news come out or anything? No. Okay, not quite sure what the hell that was, but that looks like a lovely short. Blimey. Crikey, look at the Dow. Give this a little bit of time to settle down, I think. Certainly looking short at the moment, isn't it? How's everybody else's morning been? Banking lots of cash? Well, that's a big old range today to play with. Let's just watch the S&P as well. I'm just going to quickly look at levels on the NAS, just see where potentially we're going down. That's a previous gap, isn't it? Not really sure. Those levels, a little bit old. So only level really I can see that is worth anything at the moment is down here, which is 125 ADR today. It's going to be quite difficult to get on this if it's going to go this quick. A bit whippy down there. So there's our opening range, our 5-minute opening range. It's a fair old opening range today. So we'll see if we can get a pullback on this and then enter short. It's a big drop, quite quick, isn't it? The Dow is shooting off to the upside. The S&P is now flying off to the upside as well. So is the DAX trying to. Franco, good afternoon. London profitable, but on brink, anything can happen. Okay, going to play the opening range breakout to the downside. Big strong move down across all indices. We are pushing up pretty hard now, though. The Dow's pushing really hard. So is the S&P. Lots of bullish price action coming in, as you can hear in the background. Okay, cancel that pending order off. That's gone too far. Okay, we're sitting on support on the S&P as well. If we break these levels today on the S&P and the NAS, we've got really a decent drop, I think, ahead of us. I'm going to go short 1 on the NAS. Bit of a wide stop above the opening range high. So big rejection going on. It's a little bit early. This one could just fall out of bed, but just got to pick a directional bias at the open. Looks bearish at the open to me. Lots of wicks and good selling coming in. Scalping is becoming fun. What choice do I have but to work it hard and like it? Yeah. Now we have a choice. If you want to do it as a job, you got to do it. Bears are coming in, going short 1 more. This thing's coming down hard. S&P really sold off fast then. So did the Dow. Struggling at the lows. Okay, got the lows broken. Okay, so we've got S&P, we've got levels coming up here and down here. Potential support resistance. Not far away. Just closing these two out now, 0.5. We just had bullish candle coming in. Got big wick rejection down here. Dow is also rejecting down at these lows. So I'd rather just take that 0.5% off at the minute. I've done quite a bit this morning, about 2.5%. So probably a bit more than that actually. So I don't really want to risk dropping 2% on the open. Wait for a bit of a pullback. Ugh. Oil. Still not looking bad, oil. We are potentially still on our way back, but there's a hell of a drop this morning. So we've got no oil news this week at all, I don't think. Well, we should have Wednesday. No, we've got no oil this week at all. So we just have to see what happens with those. Okay, going with another sell stop underneath the low of that candle. To see if this is going to be the next leg down. If not, I won't get triggered, but if it is, I'm going to jump in on another short. Franco, talking to a banker, he is taking a institutional major Missouri bank sponsored options trading course. I said I would pray for him, but ask for copies of everything. Yeah, definitely. Options trading. Yeah, that I really never got involved in options at all. I know very little about options. Sell stop underneath this candle. So looking for that to be the new lower high. Okay, short one more, the NASDAQ. US dollar yen still coming down. Should have stayed in that. Never mind. What's the Swiss yen doing? Swiss yen's coming down nicely as well. Don't need new ways to lose money when it took a year to learn Forex. Yeah, options is, I don't know, never really, so many markets out there. It's never really interested me. Just got stopped out on that one. That was a nice quick grab my money and run. So all the other indices are bearish apart from NASDAQ, which just pushed up to new highs. Short one, well, sorry, still stop under that low. I'm basing this on the S&P at the minute. looking bearish along with the Dow. Very whippy though, very whippy. Again, we're having one of these whippy days. Big wicks. Lots of big wicks. Dangerous. Kind of need to be going up a time frame here, I think. This is a little bit too fast. Just about to get a reversal on M5. 3 minutes left on this candle. Potentially. Yeah, bulls coming in. There's no point closing that out. I'm at 0.4 anyway. See if we reject these highs. But this looks a little bit more bullish now. Everything's flipped bullish again. Very whippy today. Very whippy. Now this is making new highs out of 0.5% on that again. Just want to see if where we close, if we can close above these highs or not on this candle. This is a fairly decent resistance potentially here. I've just got a delivery arrived and I'm on my own. I'm home alone. Bear with me 1 sec. I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. I'm back. Rejecting these highs at the minute. We didn't get the reversal on M5. Going short one more on the NAS. And again, so very nice rejection there. We still got 3 minutes left on this 5 minute candle. So this could well be that sort of movement to the upside. but we've broken the lows on a lot of these indices. I think I've got too tight a stop on this really. I'm just taking a position on my other account as well. So basically the market structure is looking like it wants to continue bearish, but obviously we're very whippy at the moment. But if it's going to go from here, this is kind of where I would expect the pullback to be, which we've just done and we've rejected up here. So the sellers are starting to step in on the pullback here. So looking for a new leg down, back down towards these lows. If it's bearish, obviously. If it's not bearish, then I'll get stopped out. But the S&P is looking very, very bearish. But I mean, look at these wicks. It's just horrible, horrible chop at the open at the moment. It's going to pick a direction in a minute. Just gapped up there. God, here come bulls. Horrible chop. Wow. Mega chop at the minute. Still no direction. At all. There's obviously the chance today we may be having a bit of a rotational day because we've got no news today. All the news catalysts kick off tomorrow with CPI tomorrow afternoon. And then obviously we're straight into the rates. We're into the US PPI. We're into the pound CPI, the CAD rates. So everything is kicking off tomorrow. So we might find that we're waiting for all of this lot over the next 3 days. And today we're just going to get one of those. In which case, obviously, we just want to be looking for sort of levels on slightly higher time frames to bounce off of. But we'll see. It's really not got any directional bias at the moment, is it? Dow's just made a new high. I don't like this. Closing it out 0.3 loss. I don't like it. Dow's pushing higher. S&P looks like it's just going absolutely nowhere. And obviously the NAS is doing pretty much the same thing. There's no point in basically just flipping a coin for 2% of my account. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to sit out until we get some indication of where we're going. If it goes, it goes. I'll miss it. But it's too risky to flip a coin on at the minute. It's all over the place. You can hear the crickets jumping from longs to shorts to longs to shorts. It's just accumulation. It's the algorithms just banking cash, basically. Market's not really got any direction, so we've kind of covered the H4 RSIs. On the hourlies, we've got pretty much the same thing again at the moment on the RSIs. So CAD yen obviously pushed up, hit ADR, is extended on the hourly. So that's come off, so you kind of missed that one. We looked at that one this morning as well. And the Swiss yen, which is the one that I've taken, as well as the US yen. So Swiss yen obviously was nicely extended on the hourly, so short on that one. Target on that, I'm going there. That candle there is the last down candle, which is why you've got the support rectangle there. So there's literally nothing, no profit taking or anything prior to that point. So just going to go with my TP just above there initially on that one, hoping that we get that move down. Euro yen, again, came off the highs at ADR, so really nice ADR trades this morning and today. Pound yen, just starting to roll over, a little bit of pound strength coming through by the looks of things, and then New Zealand dollar yen as well, which has come down very hard. Didn't quite get to ADR, but that only just got extended, so didn't really look at taking that one today. And obviously the US dollar yen, which is starting a little bit of a push up. That's the other reason I was looking at potentially shorts on the indices, because we got a fairly decent US dollar, which we would expect to see some downside on the indices, but that's not happening either. Really not going anywhere at all, unfortunately. Euro New Zealand sitting sideways as well, just about to get a reverse alert on the hourly on that one, didn't quite give it. We've got 1 minute to go on these candles, so not going to get that one unless it drops dramatically in the next 42 seconds. Unlikely. But Euro New Zealand's just in accumulation at the minute. As you can see, just no directional bias as yet, but nice M pattern there, nice divergence as well. So bearish divergence, all looking good. This thing's a nightmare. Look at it, it's horrible. Glad I got out of this. Could have got out of it with a break even, but I'm just glad I'm not in it. It's nerve-wracking sitting there watching something go sideways for 10 minutes. There's no point. Look at the S&P on the 1 minute chart. I mean, this just tells you what this market is today. Look, untradeable. There it goes, it's off now. So I had the right idea off the back of that, but it hasn't gone. When I'm looking at price action, I want my price action to play out. Yeah. So if I'm taking a double bottom, that sort of trade, I want it to go, and it needs to start moving. Yeah. When you take a trade like that, which is massive bearish engulfing, looking for the next leg down, and it sits there and does that for 5 minutes, that's wrong. That's not happening, is it? Price action should just go. If it's right, it'll go. If it's wrong, it'll do other stuff, and that's what this is doing at the minute. So nasty. Oil's looking like it's holding up pretty well. If you got into that oil with me this morning, oops, sorry, moved the wrong chart over there. So we're still holding this low. So looking like it is moving up fairly nicely, but still not an awful lot of movement yet. Pushing back up again now on the Nasdaq. I was just going to say DAX looks like it's just about to reverse there, but bulls have just stepped in again. off to the upside again. I don't really want to trade this afternoon. It's just a mess. Need to give it some time to figure out what it's going to do. We could just sit here and go sideways. So M5, I think, is really where you want to be looking today. You don't want to be trading this on M1. It's far too choppy. Going to get beaten to pieces, I think, if you try and trade this on 1 minute chart at the moment. So looking basically for one of these opening range highs or lows to get broken out of on the NAS. I get a close outside of it on M5. That's probably going to be your direction for the session. But I don't know that we're going to get a very nice trend today. This market doesn't look like it's got any idea where it wants to go. Hasn't gone a massive amount, obviously, during the Globex session either. So I think today, looking for an opening range breakout and just try and play up to the nearest high or low. But we had, what was it, 2.5 hours last week. We had one where it just didn't get out of the range. So if it's going to be one of those, I'm not interested. Shorts or longs at highs or lows, and that's about it really. So I don't really want to sit there and watch this do that. Bears are starting to step in now. S&P is just coming down to the 1 minute lows again. Down to these wicks. Yeah, so long it from here up to there and get out. It's no point, is there? Can't do it. DAX has got that reversal alert now. Certainly looks more bearish than bullish, obviously, but you can't trade this chop with this length of wick unless you're using very, very, very big stops. In which case, you're going to need very, very big moves to make some money. So your risk reward goes out the window. Too volatile. So anybody got any other pairs they want to look at, or anything else they want to look at? While we're waiting for this to decide what it's going to do, if it's going to do anything. Wow. Gold had a nice rejection at ADR. Again, these highs. Remember I said about these highs? Yeah, we're stuck at the moment in a range. Short until it gets long. Okay, SP's just broken out the lows. We're still stuck. Adrian, that guy was right. Which guy's that? Which guy was that? Blimey. So, just watching Seeing if we can get some movement. Wow, DAX. S&P back up into the range. Look at that. Horrible. US dollar CAD dropping nicely. Chinese comment on Telegram. Yes, gold M5. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Gold M5 reversal alert. That's the one that the guy said, should I sell? Yes. If you take the retest though, that's where you'd have got in. So I think the problem with anybody that buys the indicator that's in China, unfortunately, they can't access a lot of websites and a lot of YouTube. And I get asked a lot. I get a lot of Chinese people getting in touch with me on MQL5 and typing stuff in Chinese, which I just can't even put through Google Translate because I don't know what type of Chinese it is or what it is. And every time I direct them to a website, they tell me that the website doesn't work. They're not allowed to access it. So it's very difficult trying to educate someone from China on how the indicator works, what it's designed to show you, and what it's doing when you can't watch the video. And I haven't got time to explain the fundamentals of market structure and everything in any detail in Telegram. It just takes too long. So I think people from China struggle because obviously they lose access to a load of websites and a load of educational information that you just you can't do anything about, unfortunately. Still bearish, but not bearish enough for me. So we got potentially a lower high going in there, trading it back down somewhere here. That's the limit. You've missed it. That was your entry. It's too quick. You got to be like a gazelle to get in and out of this today. Should have listened to the Chinese guy. Right. Okay. What I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to monitor the S&P and the NAS and look for an opening range break to the downside. The 5-minute opening range on this on the S&P is there. So the S&P had that immediate breakout to the downside, which immediately rejected up, and it is just really struggling at these lows. These are just another low. So we're really struggling to get out of the lows there. Obviously, the NAS hasn't managed to even had that break and rejection. So again, we've not gone anywhere. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to wait for an opening range breakout on the 5-minute chart, and I'm going to play it either long or short from the opening range break, and assume that the opening range break is going to be the session direction, but I'm not expecting it to be pretty. So I will have a stop the opposite side of the opening range, the initial opening range, and look for kind of a 1-to-1 risk reward on it. That's really all you can do with this at the moment. Possibly get into 2 positions. So if we get a break and the price action starts to slow down and have less wicks, if we start to get more, this sort of price action, then I'll probably take a second position in whichever direction we're going, and then maybe at 1-to-1 close off half of it, close the most profitable position off, and then break even on the second position and try and go for a runner. Other than that, I can't see a way of trading this today. It's just an utter mess. So there's no point in sitting here watching it. It looks like hell. Diamond, I spent a lot of time in China as part of my work, and it's striking how much censorship there is. Yeah, I bet. I do get a lot of people. They contact me and say, how's it all work? I send them a link to the website. They go, website doesn't work. I was like, well, can't really help you. Go and have a look on YouTube. Can't get to YouTube. Can't help. Sorry. If you can't access the web, I can't help you. Surprised you can even trade. It's massive wick to the upside again. We're looking bearish. I must say, we're looking bearish across the board. I just don't want to take one at the minute. Dow's looking a little bit more bullish, but looks like it wants to go south. So you'd need an 800 point stop on it to take that. 150, 200 on the S&P. And it'll probably go short, but I've got it set to auto trade the breakout, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to be trading the opening range breakout on M5. So I will have a stop at the opposite side. But you see, at the moment, if this was to break now and close down here, my stop is going to be within that 5-minute candle. Look at it. I mean, it's just huge. Very high risk trade. And I'm not even sure where we're going to be going on the NAS to the downside, really. It's difficult to pick a decent level on this. It's going to be that for me. Even that's not particularly amazing. So 125 ADR. So stop would be there. That's maximum target 13,859. But we've got to crash through the 14,000 big round number to get there as well. Yeah, it's just not looking like fun today, is it? So that's my plan this afternoon. Going to monitor this. I'm going to play the opening range breakout in whichever direction it decides to go first. And then see if I can get a 0.5% or 1% out of that. And that'll do, really. Other trades I've got on are oil, which is going nowhere at present. I've got 2 positions on that long. Stops down here underneath the lows of today, because that's the double bottom. Well, that's the double bottom up there. That was the initial double bottom. This is the second level double bottom. So this zone is basically where we were looking for a bounce. So I've got 2 positions on that long. Not looking to get greedy on it, just looking to get out up there. I've got my Swiss yen short, which is just pushing up a little bit at the moment. That one I've just taken off. And I've got Euro New Zealand short as well. I think that's it. Oh, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Got long. So yeah, that's the plan. Nothing much else to do really this afternoon. It's all a load of rubbish. As I said, there's no news today. So this to me looks like the market just sitting there for the day going, we'll wait until tomorrow and get some decent movement. We probably will get a move out. I mean, we're not going to stay within the 5-minute opening range for the entire session. quite stranger things have happened, but unlikely that's what it's going to do. So I'm just going to wait for the break and then I'll take a trade on that, but that's about it. All right, so that's what I've got this afternoon. Rubbish session, eh? If they won't let us trade it, we can't trade it, unfortunately. But I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:50 as usual. Tomorrow morning we've got Euro News AM, which is nothing much, but the main news is obviously CPI at 130 prior to the open. And then Wednesday's when we all really kick off. So Wednesday and Thursday are our big days today, but we all start with CPI tomorrow. So we should get some decent liquidity this week and some big moves, hopefully, across the board. We've got loads and loads of news across lots and lots and lots of different pairs. Literally every pair is having news this week. So it's going to be a good, strong week of movement in whichever way it decides to go. Just trying the lows again on the NAS and the S&P. Still got 2 minutes left on this candle, but if this one closes below, this is where my entry is going to be short. I do want to get short, so I'll be quite happy with that. If that just closes just below there, that'd be lovely. I'll hang around, wait for this candle to close. We'll see if we can get it. It's really not happy, is it? That the crickets have stopped as well. The liquidity's all dried up. "45 seconds." Selling straight into the low of the day as well. So it's not the best entry in the world because we're potentially just going to get a double bottom bounce back up again, but low's got to be broken at some point. There we go. Haven't got it set towards a trade. So yeah, sell stop under the low there. So we've just broken out the 5-minute opening range. Let me just cancel that off. Sorry, 1 sec. Let's go 700 on the stop. No, 800. There we go. So 800 point stop, sell stop under that low, and just going with a 1-to-1 risk reward for 0.5%. See if we can get that. Might just move that down slightly, and I'll see what the market structure does. I'll keep an eye on this, and if we start to put some decent market structure in without ridiculous wicks, I'll probably take a second short on it. And then hold one of those shorts to see if we can get a longer move. But looking like it wants to try and go short. S&P still didn't quite make a low there, unfortunately. And the Dow is stuck in a symmetrical triangle. Haven't got a clue. Got to pick a side. I'm going short. Okay, guys, I'll leave it there today. I'll let you know how I get on with that trade. I've got a feeling in 10 minutes' time we'll probably know. Yeah, that's all I'm going to take this afternoon. This is too choppy. I'm going to hold those FX trades and see if we can get some movement out of those. Other than that, I will be back tomorrow morning at 7:50. We'll trade Frankfurt, see if we can make some money out of the DAX. Other than that, have a good one. Hopefully you can make some money this afternoon and come in the Telegram group if you need me. All right, I shall see you in the morning. Have a good one.